Vi har reagert på Tyler Walker mye, men daglig laster han opp videoer hvor han reagerer på norske ting. Og nå skal vi se på Things about Nordic countries that really confuse Americans. Amerikanere, de tror jo alt handler om Twitter og militær, Walmart og AK-47. Men her i de nordiske landene så bryr vi oss om privatliv. Og nå skal vi se han får sjokk.
What's something that we Nordics do that seems totally normal to us,
Ja.
but comes off as super rude to the rest of the world?
Ja, jeg kan komme med et eksempel med en gang, og ikke hilse på folk. Folk du til og med kjenner, ignorerer du i publik.
So, as an American, I know that there's a lot of things that we probably do that are considered very rude or weird in other countries. So today,
og snakke med
I
folk.
thought it'd be interesting to take a look at this discussion and learn about some of the weird things that are normal in Nordic countries.
Ja.
Things that you guys think are normal, but for us Americans,
Nå er jeg litt spent.
they are weird. So let's take a look. Starting with, the first comment says, we love being quiet.
Yep.
Oh my God. That's already...
Reagerer du på det?
If you could come up with something that is more different from like American culture. Americans are not known for being quiet. As a matter of fact, we are known for being loud and annoying. It's kind of a bad stereotype or a bad reputation we have. So this is very strange for a lot of Americans. Now, for me personally, I don't really have a problem with this. Like, I don't mind when people are quiet.
Sier du mens du snakker.
I think, like, some Americans go too far. Like, we could use a little bit of this Nordic,
Jeg sverger på mitt liv. Jeg kunne, hvis jeg hadde bodd helt alene, jeg kunne gått flere dager uten å si et ord. Stillhet er nydelig, eller jobben min gjør jo at jeg må snakke da, men...
I think. If there's something important to say, fair enough. If not, silence.
Yep, hold kjeft.
Oh boy.
Holde kjeft.
This is kind of, okay, this is kind of a different thing. If we're talking about when you're in public, like if...
Vi vil ikke høre hvordan dagen din har gått med mindre man spør. La oss si jeg er på trening. Ja, det er greit å slå an noen ord og sånn, men jeg vil ikke ha en 15 minutters samtale om hva slags treningsutstyr som er bra, og hva slags øvelser som er bra. Og det er der for å trene, ikke for å snakke.
Sitting down next to somebody if you're in an elevator, or I don't know, if you're on a bus.
Ignorering.
Americans, we get very, very uncomfortable with silence.
Ja.
Very uncomfortable. We don't
Det
like
er så rart, det.
We think it's awkward, and it makes us feel like just when nobody's talking, like if it's especially if there's only two of you, that's really awkward for us when there's
Det går veldig
two
greit.
people
Det er litt
in
nei,
a
det er
secluded
helt
area,
greit.
and nobody says anything.
Ja, men vet du hva som er greit? Du sier hei med en gang, og så du gjør litt sånn, se her. Det her er sånn man gjør det i Norge. La oss si du står i en heis alene, og det kommer inn en, så gjør du sånn. Kanskje du står med knappene, sier du, skal du opp eller ned, eller trykker du på den etasjen de skal på, og så er du stille, og når de går ut, så gjør du sånn. Veldig enkelt.
I don't know why, but we just can't handle it. Like,
Ja, det er
we
veldig
just can't
rart.
keep to ourselves, I guess. I don't know. We're not comfortable in our own skin, just
Motsatt med oss.
existing. I don't know. But in Nordic countries, it sounds like if you don't really have anything to say that's important,
Da holder man kjeft.
silence is fine.
Ja.
And you guys are comfortable with that.
Veldig.
That is very, very strange. That would make a lot of Americans really uncomfortable. But I like it. Now, I would struggle with this one because I've grown up, you know, I'm American. I've grown up in American culture, and silence is uncomfortable.
Hvordan?
Like it's just in our brain.
Hvordan?
But it's kind of...
Dæven, jeg har lyst til å lage...
So, a lot of Americans...
Faen, jeg vil gjøre en collab med Tyler en gang, hvor jeg er helt 100% stille hele videoen.
Just say...
Blinket den nettopp i lyset her, så dere det?
Random.
What the fuck? Jeg reagerte på noe djevelgreier nettopp i stad, og nå blinker det i det ene lyset, det har jeg aldri gjort før. Ja.
Pointless things. Like,
Whatever. Hvis det er spøkelse her inne, håper det er en baddie.
Like stuff that doesn't matter. Like just talking about stuff for no reason. So I like that in Nordic countries, if there's something important, you say it.
Ja.
If there's not, it's okay to be quiet. I like that. I wish we could do that. We don't show emotions. Now this one...
Sant.
That is very strange.
Handler hele videoen om det spørsmålet der? Det tror jeg nesten det gjør, nei, da han tar flere. Men han har kommet to setninger inn, og videoen er allerede snart 5 minutter.
These are all strange, but some of these I understand, like being quiet or respectful and being comfortable and not showing emotion. Maybe Americans go too far, but I have to, as an American myself, I have to say, I like when people show emotion.
Yeah.
As long as it's authentic. It has to be real. But I like that a lot of Americans are authentic and just show what they're feeling. Like you don't have to guess what Americans are.
Men her er greia igjen. Det må vi snakke om, for det vi elsker stillhet. La oss si jeg er veldig forbanna på innsida, eller lei meg. Jeg vil ikke at folk skal snakke til meg. Jeg tror veldig mange nordmenn er sånn, hvis det er noe, la oss si du mister noen du er veldig glad i, så vil du deale med den sorgen alene. Du vil ikke snakke med andre, du vil ikke bry andre om det, for du vil bare komme over det selv, og komme der videre på egen hånd. Og det føler jeg helt normalt. Det må normaliseres. Selv om det sies at du må snakke ut om det, du må ikke holde alt inne. Det gjelder kanskje noen. Men for noen folk så fungerer det å komme over ting på egen hånd også.
Thinking or feeling, we'll just show it with our emotion, our expression, and I like that. I like knowing. So a lot of people think we are cold. We just don't show people that we have feelings too. Is that something you have to learn as a kid?
Nei.
Is it something just built, ingrained into you
Det er bare
in
begynner,
Nordic
tror jeg.
countries? Because I think naturally humans are very expressive and emotional creatures. Naturally we're very emotional. So, I don't know. Like, it almost feels like you're going against nature there a little bit. So a lot of people think we're cold, emotionless, afraid of expressing emotion. Well, I don't think that you're afraid to express emotion. I think
Nei, vi bare gidder
to
ikke
me it just looks like you don't think it's useful.
Nei.
Or maybe it's embarrassing, or why don't Nordics like to express emotion?
Jeg vet ikke, går det an å finne noe AI på det? Ok, skal vi se. Grunnen til at Nordics ikke viser følelser, det er some theories suggest that Protestant tradition fostered a sense of shame and emotional restraint, leading to less exuberant displays. Nordic cultures often value clear and honest communication through words rather than dramatic body language. There is often a cultural understanding that public displays of emotion can be intrusive. This is why someone might not immediately offer a hug or a compliment unless the relationship... Ok. Ja. Ok, så det her er veldig masse greier. Det er sikkert noe historisk eller noe som er viking og hele gjengen, unntatt Sverige da. Sverige lagde kjøttboller til oss nordmenn og finske. Og Danmark ga oss rød paus.
Is it just considered rude, over the top, too much, embarrassing? I don't know. In America, over the top, too much, embarrassing? I don't know. In America, I think that's something I like about America, that you can say what you want and emote what you want, and there's really no shame in it. Sometimes it can be too much. That's true, though. It can definitely be too much. I live in Sweden, and I know the usual complaint is that it's almost impossible to make Swedish friends. Ha! This is something I've heard about Norway
Ja da, men det å få svenske venner er ikke vanskelig fordi det er vanskelig å bli venner med dem. Det er fordi du ikke vil være venner med dem.
as well. Is this just all Nordic countries that it's hard to make friends? Again, I have to say this is strange to me because in America, there's a lot of opportunities to make friends.
Ja, men altså, det her er jo en sånn ting jeg savner, for i filmer sånn i Amerika er det sånn, man kjenner naboene sine, man går til naboen hvis man trenger kaffe i løken sin, for eksempel. Du går til naboen for alt. Nabolaget er et eget community, dere kjenner hverandre, barna dine kan stikke og leke med naboen og sånn, men i norske nabolag, du vet ikke 70% av de som bor 5 meter fra huset ditt. Det er sånn, altså det savner litt, det virker jo litt gøy å kjenne folk bedre. Men igjen så vil jeg ikke ha noen folk bankende på døra og spørre om de kan komme og ta en kaffe og snakke om fotballkampen i går.
And I think that's a good thing. Now, something I know about this is in America, people are friends, but it doesn't mean that much. It doesn't take much time. It's not very deep, the relationship. But you can make friends with people. People are and in America, people are very friendly and talkative and emotional. So it's very easy. Sounds like in Nordic countries, that's why it's more difficult to make friends, because people aren't talking or emoting or... But the friends that you do make are more serious.
Ja, det er sant.
Have more substance.
Jeg kan si deg en ting, Tyler, if you're watching this, okay, so I have 2, 3, 4, I have, 3 or 4 close friends. We can go a year or 2 years without saying a word to each other, and that's normal. Friends in Norway can shut up for months, and when you meet, everything is as it was. Det er sånn det er med norske vennskap.
I think Americans run a risk of being a little fake.
Ja.
That's the only thing. So,
ja, men det er fordi Kathy kommer til å sladre til Brian om hva Anastasia gjorde forrige natt.
So this doesn't bother me. Are a lot of Nordics introverted?
Ja.
Like by necessity?
Ja, det tror jeg.
Because it's hard to make friends. So
det å være ekstrovert i Norge føler jeg er en Oslo-ting. Det er mye for en sørlending, altså.
I've made some Swedish acquaintances. All but one of them will totally ignore me if we see each other outside. What?
Ja. Man ignorerer folk.
In Nordic culture...
Så hvis du går på en butikk eller et eller annet, og en av de du har gått på skole med i 15 år står bak disken, du vet at dere kjenner hverandre. Begge to later som ingenting.
Sure. Wow. Let me see if I understand this. If you are acquaintances with somebody and you see them outside, just in public, you don't acknowledge each other?
Nei.
Isn't that
Ser en helt annen vei. Nei.
Or is that just to me, that would be in America, if you have ever seen somebody before, if you've ever interacted with them, if you met them one time, you're expected to acknowledge them. You're supposed to say, oh, hey, how's it going? Hi. Like, even for people you barely know.
Ja. Nei. Kunne aldri gjort det. Jeg gjør det så vidt med mine nære venner, liksom. Til og med familie.
I think is a good criticism of American culture. That's where it's too far, where it's fake. Where if you barely know somebody, you have to remember them and try to remember their name. In American culture.
Ja, men tingen er her, hvis jeg ser noen har møtt 2-3 ganger, ikke sant? Jeg vet godt hvem de er, men jeg tenker at de har ikke peiling på hvem jeg er. Så hvorfor skal jeg hilse da? De husker jo ikke meg uansett.
It's considered very rude. That's kind of annoying for us. All but one of them will totally ignore me if we see each other outside of the rare evening where we meet for drinks. So you have to meet for drinks to acknowledge each other. Is that right? I'm not sure if this is normal in Sweden, but ignoring somebody you know in public is rude. Anywhere else in the world, I agree. I'm sure there's like a balance. There's like, I find it hard to believe people in Nordic countries are this rude. I don't think you're this rude.
Nei, det er bare sånn vi er. Jo, det er bare sånn vi er.
But I think the threshold for having a real friend, is higher in Nordic countries. It's more difficult. I do agree with that. I'm born and raised in Sweden. If you are sure that you both saw each other, then you do have to acknowledge each other. It'd be rude to... Okay, good.
Så hvis dere får øyekontakt, så gjør det sånn, hei, og så går det videre. Men hvis den ene går sånn, og du går sånn, så vet du at da skal man ignorere.
Good. I confess that sometimes I see an acquaintance far away, and I hope they didn't notice me, and I will direct my attention somewhere else to avoid the social interaction.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, okay, like in America, we'll do this if you don't like them. It just depends on if you like them or not. If you're going to pretend like you don't see them.
Nei, det gjør du med de nærmeste du har.
In Nordic countries, you walk the streets as if you were the only person in the world? What does that mean? You're the only person in the world?
Ja, det gjør man.
Like, you ignore everybody? Or like you're the best? You're the only... What?
Ja, du lever som om du den eneste I verden. Det en god forklaring.
What does that mean? Haha, really? That's what I experienced when visiting the Balkans. And there are many Balkan people in Sweden? Huh? You walk as if you're the only person in the world? Like, in the middle of the sidewalk? Like, do you guys bump into each other? Nobody acknowledges each other? I'm a little confused here. I'm a little confused about what this means. Also, drive in the middle of the road, not expect... No, this is a troll. This is a troll.
Det tull.
Drive in the middle of the road, expecting no traffic. That's... No, that's... Okay. I'm going to take that with a grain of salt. I don't fully understand that one. I've been working in Sweden for nearly 10 years, mostly with international companies. Recently, I moved to a Swedish company, and I am struggling to adjust to how common it is for Swedish colleagues
Hvorfor snakker du om Sweden, egentlig? Ta Norway, det mye bedre med Norway.
Not respond to emails. What? Is this a Swedish thing? Or is this a Nordic thing?
Hvis det en mail du ikke bryr deg om, så svarer du ikke, som regel.
That's a big difference. Like,
Eller så kan det være glemt.
Some of this stuff might be specific to Sweden, but I'm going to say this is a Nordic thing for the sake of conversation. So, in Nordic countries, at work, you don't respond to emails?
Nei.
Is that true? That can't be true. How do you get anything done? The usual explanation I get following up with Teams chat is that they didn't reply because they didn't know the answer. Somehow, simply acknowledging the email or responding that they don't know the answer
trenger du svar på noe. Det jævlig irriterende. Det det samme som når du sender inn en søknad på noe, så får du ikke svar på om du har fått en godkjent søknad eller ikke. Det litt irriterende.
Some people are like that. So if you get an email in a Nordic country and you don't know the answer, you just don't answer. Is that... I mean, if that is understood by everybody, I guess that works, but I think that's rude and also detrimental. Like, it's not productive. Because people are just left waiting and wondering.
Ja, enig der. Men det svensker, da.
I assume
Svensker har jo ikke sans for business.
Emails. Is that true? Always end emails with something they can answer. Oh. Do you know anything about the above? Or should I contact someone else? Will get a reply. Oh.
Yep.
You have to word your email very carefully to make sure it has an answer, that they can answer it. So if they absolutely don't know the answer to the question at all, sometimes the email is ignored. But you can get around this by saying, let me know, or do you know anything about this, or should I contact someone else? Then you'll probably get a reply, or ask about something completely different, like when they're off for the holiday, and then they'll reply to both? What?
Ja,
This sounds crazy. Is this really what work culture is like in Sweden or
Sikkert. Bryr meg ikke om Sverige. Kom igjen.
what?
La oss se. Neste.
What? This is so weird because in America, work is so serious. Like, people will report you to the manager if you don't reply to your emails. People will contact your boss and CC you in on the email. And if you don't answer, you would get in trouble.
Yep.
Like a lot of trouble if you don't answer emails. Seriously. So that's why I can't even imagine this.
Ja, men i Amerika så sparker de deg over en lav sko også, da.
Forbid a child's friend visits and then goes home to eat instead of eating during the visit?
Ja, jeg skjønte han ikke.
What? Is this normal? Is this normal in Nordic countries? Your friend, okay, your child friend comes over to visit, to
Ikke your child friend, your child's friend. Det er viktig.
play. And they go home to eat instead of just eating at your house. Why? So they don't take your food?
Jeg vet da
Why
faen.
don't you want to eat with them?
Ja, men det er det, altså, det husker jeg fra barndommen også, at det var veldig, veldig vanskelig å komme seg hjem på besøk til en annen familie.
Why don't you want to share lunch with them? What is this about? Saving money? People have completely misunderstood why we do this. It is not because we're cheap. It's because we want the annoying kid to go home.
Ja, stemmer, hell yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm with you. Is this true? That's funny. That's real. Okay, now I understand. Okay. In my opinion, in Nordic countries, we don't say thank you, please, and sorry that often.
Ja, det er fordi dere er uoppdragende drittunger. De fleste gjør det.
Wow. You don't say thank you, please, and sorry. Wow. When we bump into someone, we don't say sorry. We say oi, oi, oi.
Oi.
When someone sneezes, we don't say bless you.
Nei, det er
No
veldig
small
rart.
talk, straight to the point. Wow. This
Deilig.
is truly weird. It's really interesting.
Det er veldig
Learning
deilig.
about a different culture.
Jeg blir forbanna når noen sier prosit.
It sounds like you guys just get rid of a lot of unnecessary communication.
Ja, veldig bra.
Whereas in America, I think we enjoy the unnecessary communication. We like it. Maybe it wastes
Det hadde
time.
vært så
but we
rart å dra til
like
Amerika.
it. And we have all these extra manners with the thank yous and the please and the sorry and the wow. Man, Americans, like, there's actually a lot of differences in behavior that you would never think about, that I would never know about, that between Nordic countries and American culture. A lot of differences. Wow. Not talking to strangers.
Ja.
I don't even think about that in America, how normal it is for a stranger to say something. I don't even think about it, but when I
Jeg
do
hadde blitt
think about
livredd.
it, I can see how it could be annoying. Really interesting. This video.
Ok, nå ser det ut som han er ferdig, og det betyr at det er ferdig. Vil du se mer? Se på denne.